All right, this is it. My name's Jeff K, and you're listening to episode 299 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
Good boy, my ass.
That's right, 299. What do you think about that? That's a lot of nonsense right there. There was even like 60 or so, I think. I'm operating off memory. 60 or so Jeff K Show episodes. Remember when it was called the Jeff K Show? I did that as a joke, you know. And then I started liking it, and I was like, I want to do this. I called it the Jeff K Show as a tongue-in-cheek, like, who the hell's Jeff K? You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. But then I ended up liking it, and I'm like, I think I want to change the name of this to the West Virginia Surf Report, which is my, that's my brand, as they say. And I want to do this for the long haul. So now here we are, episode 299. The next one will be 300, in case you need a little refresher on that deal. 300 comes immediately after 299. Producer Zip is saying I should do something special, and he's probably right. I've never done anything special. I mean, I just do the podcast. I don't know. I'm still undecided on what episode 300 might look like or sound like. But if you'd like to call in and congratulate us on our 300th episode, feel free. The number, 570-290-8151. So give me a call around the clock. And you can congratulate us on 300 episodes, or you can ask me a question or any of that, make a comment, whatever floats your boat. So anyway, do that if you're so inclined. I just have random notes here today. I got all kinds of stuff. Baseball season's over. I watched a lot of the playoffs, and I watched a lot of the World Series. I watched as much as I could because there's going to be a big sucking vacuum, I don't know what the word is, big chasm in the middle of my life where baseball used to be, a baseball-shaped hole in my soul. So I was watching it, even though I didn't really, I didn't really care all that much who won. It was Major League Baseball, so I watched it, and the Astros won, as you know. If you follow baseball, the Astros won. Dusty Baker, the manager of the Astros, he's an old school guy, He's been around a long time. He's 73, I think. And he used to be the Reds, the Reds are my team. He used to be the Reds manager for a while. He got fired for God knows why. I have no idea. I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand. Sometimes it's clear why they fire managers, baseball teams. And then there's other times like, why? What the hell? For what reason? But anyway, Dusty, it'd be impossible not to like him. I was watching that game, the last game where they won the World Series, Game 6, and they were talking about all the stuff that Dusty's done. He's had an interesting life. They were listing all this stuff, and one of them, I was barely listening. I mean, I was just like, oh, whatever. But then one of the things they said, he partied with Jimi Hendrix. I'm like, what the hell's that? He partied with Jimi Hendrix. That is bizarre. I mean, that's more. And then after the game was over, after they won it was his first World Series as a manager. He he won as a player, but he never won as a manager. And he was talking about. He goes, I remember this. This reminds me of a conversation I had with Scatman Crothers. What the hell? It's like, so he partied with Jimi Hendrix, and he's quoting his good friend Scatman Crothers. Isn't that bizarre? The guy's had a hell of a life. I've heard some stories about that guy, and he sounds like how could you not like him? He runs wide open. But anyway, so baseball season's over. I was reading this thing the other day on Reddit where these people were talking about the number of baseball stadiums that they have visited. So I made a list and I listed it on Facebook. Most of the stadiums I've visited, I'm talking about Major League Baseball, are no longer in existence. Most of the ones I've been to are gone. Riverfront Stadium, the Vet down in Philly, Three Rivers in Pittsburgh, the Fulton County in Atlanta. All these are gone. So the one, I've only been to like 4, I think, that are actually still in use. That's crazy because I feel like I haven't gone to a huge number, but I've been to some stadiums, But when you start looking at the ones that are still in use, it's not very many, Obviously, I've been to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. I've been to Progressive Field, is that what they call it? In Cleveland, I've been to, I don't know, there's a handful. Dodger Stadium. So anyway, I was looking at that. And I started looking at, I was getting all fired up because some of these people on that Reddit thing said they've been to over 40 Major League Baseball stadiums in their lives, which is crazy. There's only 30 teams, but you go back to the ones that don't exist anymore. So they've been to over 40. Some of those people on there have seen their team play in all 30 current Major League stadiums. Like, that's crazy. Like, not only would you visit these stadiums, but you'd have to visit it when your team is playing there. That's crazy. I've never even heard of such a thing. But so I'm like way behind. So I started getting all fired up. I pulled up the Reds 2023 schedule, and I figured out a way. And it's very tentative, and I probably won't do any of this, or I'll do one of the. There's a way that I can go throughout the summer to 4 additional Major League stadiums, with not too much trouble. This wouldn't be a hardship on me. So 4, I could go. There's the Reds are playing the Mets in New York. We are owed a bus trip. We paid for a bus trip to see the Yankees and the Reds like 2 seasons ago, and that was during COVID. They canceled it. We have a credit that never expires. So usually they do the Mets and the Yankees games on those bus trips, and they only do it on the weekends. So that fits the bill. If they have the Reds and the Mets, we're going to do that. We're going to cash in our. So there we go. So we'll have the New York Mets. What is it called? Citi Field or something? All these things are named after companies. I don't like it. But so I would get that one knocked off my list. We're thinking about going to that what do you call it? A tennis tournament. My stomach's in an uproar. I don't know what the hell. I apologize. I'm a gross hog. I don't know. I'm just it's hideous. It's just hideous from head to foot. We're going to go to that tennis tournament. Well, we're planning to. All right, tennis tournament in Cincinnati that we went to a couple of years ago, and I looked at the schedule for those days. We can go. Listen to this shit. All right, we can go. It's far. Cincinnati is like 8 hours, a little over 8 hours from here, but we could go. The Reds are playing the Pirates. The Reds are playing the Pirates like the day before or something. We could go spend the night in Pittsburgh, which is 4 hours from here, go to the Reds and the Pirates, and then the next day get up and go to Cincinnati, go to the tennis tournament one day, and then go see the Reds and the Blue Jays the next day. What do you think about that? I mean, that's awesome. I mean, that shit just falls right into place. And the Reds are playing at Camden Yards in Baltimore this summer in June, late June, I think. That is a must. That's one of those no negotiations. Non-negotiable. Got to go to that. And then Philly. I don't know why I've never gone down there. I have not. Haven't been to I've been to Veterans Stadium, but I haven't been to the new one, whatever it is. What's it called? Who knows? Some company. But anyway, so that's four additional MLB stadiums that I could knock out this summer without too much trouble. Wish me luck. Whatever. Yeah. I'm going to get obsessed with it. I'm going to go see all 30. I want to go to all 30. But by the time I get to, like, number 28 or something, they'll switch one out, and then I'll be backtracking, take one step forward, two steps back. We'll see how it goes. But I'm currently a little fired up about that. But I don't know. It's less than 100 days till the first spring training game, so we're getting there. We'll see how it goes. Last week I took a couple of days off because it was Tony's and the younger boy's birthday. I had a bunch of PTO to burn up. A while back, my boss was like, I want all your PTO on the calendar. I want everybody. So she told me and the other supervisor, she goes, I want all three of us to put all the rest of the years. This is like, I don't know, a couple months ago. So I had to make a decision on what I was going to. Tony said, why don't you take those 2 days off, around our birthdays, and we can go out to dinner and stuff. So I did. I put it up there. And so I was off like 2 days last week. It was weird, though. It was like Wednesday and Thursday, and then I had to go back on Friday. So, which was 2 weeks in a row where I had to, like the week before I went to that wussy show, it was on a Thursday, and then I had to come back and work one day, 2 weeks in a row. Really weird. But anyway, so we went on one day, we went to Mexico. We had Mexican food. We went to 2 Mexican restaurants in one day. There's this new one here in town. It doesn't look very appealing from the outside. They need to do something about the outside of that place. It does not look inviting. I don't know. They need to invest a little bit of money or something and make that thing a little bit more inviting, because it's not. In fact, when that thing opened, I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm going in that dump, But then we started reading good things about it. It's called what's it called? Jalapeno Grill. So Tony and I went in there and had lunch, and it was good. It was really good. It was kind of a weird setup. You have to order at the counter, and then they bring it to you. I don't know. It's weird. It's an odd layout, and you could tell that the place used to be a Japanese probably a Japanese restaurant. It's got that Japanese decor in there, but now they're selling Mexican food in there. I don't know. Whatever. That was good. That was excellent. And then Tony there's this other place over in Scranton called Chicano's. I don't know. I didn't name this place. I take no credit or blame for the name of that place. Chicano's. Place is kicking. I mean, it's one of our favorite places. We went in there and we ordered, just platters of stuff. Fantastic. That place is kicking. Love it. If you're in the area, or if you're going to be in the area and you have a powerful hankering for some good Mexican food, that good Scranton Mexican food, you can't go wrong with Chicano's. You can't go wrong with that. Apparently, we've only been there once. That jalapeno grill, even though it looks kind of scary from the outside, looks kind of a dump. But anyway, it was a full-blown Mexican day. It was good stuff. Love it. I know somebody at my job who's never had Mexican food ever. In fact, they've never even been to Taco Bell because they're scared of it. They're terrified of it. That kind of stuff makes me insane. Let's see. While we were having dinner at that Mexican, the second one, the Chicano's, Tony and I were talking about something. I don't know how this thing came up. It was just me and her and the younger boy. The older boy was working. So we're talking about when we moved here. Our real estate agent, I probably told this story a long time ago, but our real estate agent said, you're gonna want to buy in Clark Summit. We're like, okay. I mean, I'd never even been here. Neither one of us had even been here, so we knew literally nothing. And we're like, okay, why do you say that? And she said, well, I don't want to be mean, but some of the people around here are very cliquish. they stick together. They know each other. They're all related, or they went to high school together, or went to school together, and they're not real friendly to outsiders. I'm like, what kind of place is this? What are we doing? What are we moving here for? And they're like, yeah, she goes, they're not real. There's a lot of cliques, and there's a lot of families and whole families that live, they're like generations deep. And I'm like, what the? I was like, all right, well, you're the professional. I don't know anything. I know nothing. So that's how we ended up living here. And so we looked at houses in Clarkson. She goes, this is where all the transplants live. I said, whatever. I mean, I don't know. So, okay. I was like, what? This has got to be exaggerated, right? It's got to be. But I don't know. What do I know about it? So I'm telling the younger boy this story. And I said, so then we looked at a whole bunch of houses. Or I did. Tony was still in California. And I looked at a whole bunch of houses. And I found one. I didn't like most of them, And I found one. It was on a level lot. It was on a corner. It was nice. It was a nice house. It was big enough. And had the right amount of room. It had a right number of bedrooms. The kitchen was decent. The yard was good. I was like, and they wanted $150,000 for it. And I said, so I took a whole bunch of pictures of them. And I think I had to mail the pictures to Tony. This is, I don't know. I can't remember. It feels like I had to mail them. I had to go down to the old Rite Aid and get some prints made and mail them to. But she was like, that looks pretty nice, So, and then I said, all right, I'm going to make an offer on this thing. And so we talked about it. I said, let's just make a full-blown offer, like whatever they're asking. So I talked to the real estate agent. And I said, they're asking $150, we'll offer $150. She goes, well, that's a strong offer. I said, hell yeah, it is. We're ready. Let's move, So then, so we made the offer. We're in our heads. We were, getting ready to move in, making plans on what we needed to do, what kind of furniture we might have to buy. We already transitioned over into this new house. And the guy rejected it. He rejected a full price offer on this house. I was like, I asked my real estate agent, I said, what in the hell? I said, what is going on? She goes, let's just move on. There's other houses. Let's just go, she didn't want to talk about it. I said, no, I want to know what the hell happened here. I said, what kind of kook turns down a full priced offer? She goes, I got some really nice places I think you'll like, maybe even better. I mean, this might be, I said, seriously, I need to know. I'm not going to be able to sleep at night without knowing. And she goes, I probably shouldn't even tell you this, but he doesn't want to sell it to you because you're not from Pennsylvania. Or he either said he doesn't want to sell it to you because you're not from Pennsylvania, or he didn't want to sell it to you because you're from California. I can't remember what it was. But it was like I was either not a local or I was a Californian. I can't remember what the offensive part of it was, which I'm not a Californian. What a bunch of crap. Lived there for 4 years, And so I was like, what the hell is this? I said, what does he give a shit? What does he care? I said, I don't even understand. I was like flipping out. I said, this is a bunch of nonsense. I said, is this even legal? I mean, you can't use that as you can't, it's illegal. I said, is this legal? And she goes, probably not, but do you really want to pursue it? I said, no, I don't. I said, but this is insane. She goes, see what I'm telling you? I'm like, what in the hell is this place? This place is weird. I have never heard of such a thing in my life. So we had to walk away from it. She said, do you really want to pursue it? And, of course, I don't want to pursue it. I'm not going to go get a lawyer. I mean, it's a bunch of crap. But this is insane. What does this guy give a shit? Where this guy's from? What is this? Oh, man, I'm fired up just talking about it to you guys. It's pissing me off. The place is bizarre, all right? It is a weird place. Also, while I was off last week, we went to AAA. Tony and I did. And we talked to a travel agent. What do you think about that shit? They still have those, apparently. In fact, I know they do because we just talked to one. We're thinking, we're considering, we're planning, we're hoping. That's the big one. You can put that one in all caps. We're hoping to be able to go to England next year for our 30th wedding anniversary. 30th wedding anniversary. And I don't know. We went and talked to some woman over there at AAA, and we had to wait. I mean, there was only one agent. She said the other one called off. So we had to wait. Some guy was booking a cruise or some shit, and he's going to surprise his wife or something. And then finally, so after he skedaddled out of there, we sat and talked to her for a while. She was cool, extremely friendly, and she had a lot of good advice. And we're going to try. I mean, she's going to put together a package for us, and we'll see if we can do it or not. I mean, last time we went, which was a long time ago, we stayed in around Earl's Court, around in that area where the Earl's Court tube station in that area, and it was great. That was a perfect home base. That's where we'd like to stay again. And this time I want to do, she goes, we call them excursions, day trips, whatever you want. She goes, we call them excursions. Are there any excursions? Tony said, yeah, we want to go to some castles. She goes, I want to go to a bunch of castles. She goes, oh, a bunch. She goes, as many as possible. And she goes, okay. She goes, what about you? I said, well, I have two things. One of them's not really an excursion, but the excursion that I want to do is Liverpool. She goes, Beatles? I said, yes, Liverpool, Beatles tours, all that. She goes, okay, good. That's a good one, She goes, I just booked one of those last week. She goes, you have to go by train. I said, I know, that's fine, whatever it takes. She goes, what's the other one? I said, just a shitload of pubs. She goes, okay, well, I don't think you need my help with that one. I said, well, it's my two. Those are my excursions. Last time we went to the Cotswolds, which is this area where these ancient old towns, they're charming. They look like a postcard. Every one of them looks like a postcard. That place was fun. I mean, that was mind-blowing. I mean, every little town, these little villages, every one of them looked like a beautiful postcard from a bygone era. That was cool. We also went to, what's that place where Shakespeare lived? Where did old Bill live? I don't remember. You know what I'm talking about. And I don't know. We took a couple of day trips, and it was fun. This we don't want to do it the same. We don't want to do the same thing again. So we might go to Liverpool, and we might go to some castles, bunch of castles, as Tony puts it. And I don't know. Where our home base is going to be around that Earl's Court tube station. We'll go to a shitload of pubs, and hopefully we'll do that. Hopefully we can pull it off. I don't know. Tony has a couple of job offers, so she's doing well. I think she's going to be starting up in December with another company, and the money's similar to what she was making before, so that's good. So we might be able to pull it off. We'll see. I don't know if we're going to go to all these baseball stadiums and go to England and go to the tennis. Who do we think we are? All right. But, these are the winners for dreaming, right? What else I got in my... okay. So we did that Mexican day. And the older boy was not able to be involved in that because he was working. So on Saturday, we all went out to dinner. And he picked the place. He said, I went to this Italian place, and it's over in Scranton, and it's really good. And Tony said, that sounds good. Is that where you guys want to go? And they said, yeah, let's go. So it was called Casa Bella. I'm like, I don't know, whatever. I said, whatever you guys want to do, I'm fine with it, So we went there. I'd never been there before. I don't even know what area Scranton was in. It was in an area that I wasn't familiar with. So we went over there, and it was a large place, and it was kind of fancy, a little on the fancy side. and it was packed, and there was a lot of people there, and it was 5 o'clock. It was early, so. But we got a table. We had reservations. They seated us, and we ordered. They ordered appetizer. I got some terrible beer. You go to these places, they don't have good beer. I mean, I just ordered like a Stella Artois or whatever this thing. This thing's, God, that shit sucks. On the label it said 600 years of brewing or something. Brew 100. I think they got a couple hundred more to go because they got a little bit of it's not. They still haven't gotten it right. All right, after 600 years. And so I ordered that, and Tony got a glass of wine, and then we ordered. They ordered a appetizer, and which I didn't eat because it was like stuffed fungus. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it said on the menu, stuffed fungus. And then we ordered our entrees, and it was expensive. It was good though. Everything was great. And then they bring out the dessert tray, and I had a cannoli. Everybody had something different. It was good. It was really good, except for the beer. But what do you? I mean, it's not that. It's rancid, but it tasted skunked. But a lot of those things, back in the old days, back before craft beer, everybody used to go, "Ooh, it's an import. That's fancy." That shit sucks too. Just because it's from another country doesn't mean it's good. That Stella sucks. I mean, I've had that many times throughout my life, and every time I've had it, I'm like, I may as well be drinking a Busch Light, Anyway, other than that, everything was great. It was fantastic. You want to guess how much it cost? I mean, I don't know. I mean, some of you high rollers, this might not be all that much. But to me, I was like, holy shit. It was $170. $170. I'm like, good Lord. That's a lot, in my opinion. Whatever. It's not like we were having steaks and stuff. We all had pasta and stuff. I don't know. I mean, they had veal parmesan. I guess that's expensive. Tony had some kind of some kind of clam deal. Thing had seashells in it. I said, if you find a pearl in there, we cash that shit in, pay for this dinner. And the boys are just looking at me like, could you not be a bumpkin for 5 minutes? Anyway, I guess whatever. $170. And another shockingly high price from this birthday extravaganza, this multi-day birthday extravaganza. Oh, God, I'm sorry. God, my stomach is a mess. I just had Chipotle. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'm a disaster. Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, the other one was, what was it? Oh, the younger boy wanted this apple pie from this place called Miller's Orchard. It's one of the, it's this farm. They sell stuff, homemade shit, You know how much an apple pie from there cost? Tony ordered it. Tony called them and said she wanted to pick up an apple pie. They said, okay. And so they had it ready for her. You know how much it was? An apple pie. Just a normal-sized apple pie. $40. $40. I mean, am I like some old man that's like can't believe the world he lives in? Can't. $40 for a pie? What the? I mean, that is insane. Yesterday I was at Sam's Club, and I was looking at I went over there just I wanted to see, how much it costs for an apple pie. And they make them there. They're handmade in there, just like they do at this Miller's Orchard. Maybe they didn't go out and pick the apples, but they make the frickin' pie in there. You know how much it was? $9.98. Cost $10. Same size pie. They probably bought it there. Miller's probably bought it at Sam's and then for $10 and then sold it for $40. Oh my God! I was like, what in the? Am I in a different world? I mean, $170 for dinner, $40 for a pie. What the hell's going on? Oh, I don't know. I also started watching Yellowstone on that Peacock TV, Peacock Premium, or whatever the shit. I don't know. It might take a few more before it locks in. That's supposed to be the most popular show on TV. I mean, it's good, but I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on you. I don't know. I think that's enough, right? I'm sorry about my stomach. God, I'm a disaster. They should just, is there some kind of euthanasia clinic around here? Something's got to be done. Anyway, if you want to call in, leave a message, ask a question. If you want to say, hey, Jeff, congratulations, or hey, Jeff and Zip, or hey, Jeff, or whatever you want to say. Congratulations on your 300th episode. Give me a call, 570-290-8151. Again, 570-290-8151. That's the number, 24 hours a day. It's voicemail, and it's operational round the clock, so do it up. And if you want 2 of these episodes a week instead of a measly 1, it's easy to do. You can do it by calling. No, hang on a second. Hang on 1 second. I just coughed for like 1 minute solid. God, it's still. I'm having aftershocks. Hang on a second. All right. If you want if you want 2 of these, if you want 2 of these every week instead of a measly 1, it's easy to do. Head on over to patreon.com. It's Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff K. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll get an extra episode every week for $4 a month. And it helps me out a great deal. It's a donation, and it helps me out. So if you're interested in doing that, patreon.com/Jeff K. I am coughing like a son of a bitch. I am one coughing son of a bitch. Also, what else? surfreportpod.com. I still need to put all those Myrtle Beach pictures up there. I did put up the Asheville photos. It's quite an undertaking to get those pictures because they all have to be resized and all that stuff. So anyway, surfreportpod.com. I am struggling. I have tears running down my face. This is not good. I'm going to call it a day. You guys have yourselves a fine day. I don't know what I'm going to do with the 300th episode. It should be a Patreon episode, but I might just make it available everywhere, especially if I do something special. So until next time, which will be over on the Patreon side or on the main network, you guys have yourselves a fine day. I'll see ya. Bye. The winner's for dreaming, right?